Hello?
Chris, it's Max. How you doing, buddy?
Who?
It's Max, remember? We used to do a podcast together, the Sunday Movie Marathon.
Oh, yeah, that.
Listen, mate, I'm sorry I have to do this to you, but we're being called in. We have to do the podcast again.
What? No, please not again. Please, man. Don't do this to me.
It's not my decision, Chris. I don't like this any more than you do, okay? But we've been made. So monthly and now we're off the grid, and now we're on a goddamn list. Our only chance is to carry on doing the podcast. Carry on like nothing ever happened.
But we're the only ones left now. Like, all the other hosts have gone underground or been shot dead after a lengthy pilgrimage in the Middle East.
You don't think I know that? We're not strong enough to carry this podcast with just the two of us indefinitely. It'll all crumble. We need a third host.
But who are we going to get? Like, who the hell is insane enough to put themselves through endless hours of movie watching, cooped up in a small dark room, potentially sacrificing precious time with friends and loved ones, all in the name of doing a podcast that only 2 to 5 people listen to?
Welcome to the Sunday Movie Marathon.
Let's fucking go! Woo! Drinks, fucking, let's... I don't know, I've lost my drink. How the hell are we? All
Yeah, we're here.
The ones that have been, the ones that will be. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Me with the only non-alcoholic drink here.
You loser. Why did I invite you back in the first place? We're back. It's been, I would like to say it has been a year, but it's been more than a year. How does it feel? Does it feel different? Does it feel interesting?
It's hard to tell. We're only like a minute in.
All right, well, I'll ask you at the end, and then I'll ask you if it feels good, if it feels interesting.
We added a little sketch. That's new.
Yes. Don't get used to it. I'm not going to do those anymore. It's going to be just basically the same thing we were doing, and just that, you know, just as little effort as we could possibly put into it.
Except with Kai.
I finally wormed my way in.
Mm-hmm. Finally. The third host. Trifecta. There's always been 3. Now there is 3. And that's all we were waiting for, baby. Enraha. Shit. Shit, yeah. Anyway, we're doing this a little bit late because, well, aside from, you know, but like a week late because we were like drinking and then we were like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it, guys. But that was like, what, last week or the week before? And then we were, like, so it's actually a week late.
Me and Kai got stranded.
Yeah.
Got stranded.
We did indeed.
Because you went to Fontaine's, the worst gig in the world.
It's a good gig, but everything other than the gig was the worst experience of my life.
Yeah.
I won't be going back to Finsbury Park.
No.
If I can help it, I won't get on another train in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But
has it happened yet?
No, I've actually got to get a train to York on Friday, so that's going to be hell.
Oh, God.
And then a coach to London on Tuesday.
Yeah, I was in like Brighton the night before, but I think we had very different experiences. Like I just got a train back and I was home, and you guys were, I was like, texting Chris the whole time. I was like, it's terrible. This is all horrible. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. You're telling me about that guy in the taxi, some weirdo.
Yeah, really into girls.
Yeah, really, really into girls. Actually, worryingly into girls. But to each their own, I guess.
Well, it's like that, like, when me and Max went to Brighton this weekend, like, we had different experiences getting up there. Like, I got on the train, got there fine. Max messaged me, like, an hour later saying that the tracks were on fire and we were stranded.
And they were like, we can't move because the tracks are on fire. And I'm like, it's a train. It's like, it's a train on a track.
Yeah.
If I'm sorry. What part of being in a metal cylinder going at 100 miles an hour means that you can't just go through a bit of fire?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. If it's a small bit of fire, maybe the train speed would even blow it out.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been safer to go through.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah. I've never understood. Oh, somebody's killed themselves on the train tracks, so we've got to stop the trains. It's like, just keep going.
Oh, they're done already.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Keep going. How hard is it to just drag someone out from underneath a train?
Yeah, I don't know if they'd be in one piece, though, necessarily, if they've been hit by a train.
No.
It doesn't really. You just need the teeth,
Yeah, true.
or
Just-
even failing that, just like a wallet.
Yeah,
Fine. You have like a memorial, like a commemorative sort of thing. But
yeah.
it's like, well, this is what it would have been if we had the body.
Might be a bit disrespectful to the families, maybe,
Mm.
if they just continue driving over their dead relative. But we've got
yeah.
places to be and
This
people
whole
to
bit
see.
might be a bit disrespectful to people who've had family members die from getting hit by trains.
We're
to be fair.
alienating listeners here.
Yeah.
Immediately, right off the bat. Anyway,
10
I'm
minutes
just,
in,
yeah.
we've already lost
Yeah.
all our viewers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I don't care. Okay, I don't care. Like, just do it in a way that doesn't affect me. All right.
Yeah.
I'll be sad about it, sure, but I'll be more sad if I miss the whatever it is I'm going to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's what everybody on the train is saying anyway.
exactly.
So don't act like you're bigger than me for being like, oh no, it's so sad. No, you'd be mad too. I was we went to see Amber Voyage, I think, last year, and there was somebody who did that on the way to Guildford. And I was with my parents. We were like, oh, what? They were like, come on. Everyone on the train was like, oh, for crying out loud. How selfish.
Yeah. Yeah. That is one way of looking at things, I suppose.
So that's how we've been. I was going to be like, oh, we got so much to talk about, but then I thought, well, I don't really want to recap the last year of my life, so
No.
I don't think we'll do that.
Yeah, it's bad enough having to live it day to day, let alone relive the past year. So
Yeah, you do the math.
Yeah. Me and Max went off, did our own spin offs,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're like, nah, fuck this.
Yeah. Yeah. Because what was the point? I don't know.
Yeah.
Find those in the description. Yeah, it was something to keep us chugging along, I guess, every so often. But as a preliminary, I suppose, this ain't going to be the normal marathon schedule. It's just going to be, I guess, like maybe monthly, maybe just when we feel like it.
Yeah.
Because we're busy people. We all got jobs and other podcasts to do. But yeah, that's that. Anyway, so we're not going to carry on with where I thought we were going to carry on with, but that's fine. I don't mind. Actually, I prefer it. So
I can't even
we
remember what you picked.
It doesn't
I
matter.
wasn't
And
at
you
the
know what? It doesn't
TV,
matter.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
Yeah, now
so
I remember.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad at all. We're gonna do a whole new one. You know, we like started doing like why don't we just pick the marathons?
Yeah.
And I think you got to pick one, and then nothing
Yeah. And
forever.
then the show
And
died.
then it went away. Yeah, insane. Anyway, speaking of guys who've been on hiatus, Kai I guess more so than us. You were not on the last episode,
yeah, no, it's probably been
or in
years,
the
maybe.
podcasts
Yeah.
either. Wait, did you do a podcast episode with Chris?
No.
No.
No, I didn't. I wasn't on any of the
It's been really-
spin-offs.
No,
really
I
far away
invited
from that
Mum
world.
to do a film one, and then we did it on your podcast, and it was like the exact same format that I wanted to use for mine. So I was like, "There's no point."
Yeah,
doing
sorry.
this
Well,
twice.
you snooze, you lose, I suppose. But you chose a marathon, the first one of many maybe to come.
Yeah, you guys very gratefully let me choose it.
Of course.
Went with Mike Leigh films.
And I regretted it immediately.
Yeah,
As soon as it happened, I was like, for fuck's sake.
When that first film went on, the vibe in the room, I could just feel like the air get sucked out of it. We
Yeah.
were all kind of, I was slightly hungover.
Yeah,
I think Chris
we
was
all
slightly
were.
hungover.
We were all hungover.
Yeah, and I was like, oh,
Me and
God.
Chris had like woken up in Brighton. We had to get a train
Yeah,
back
in the same bed as well.
in the same bed.
Nice.
And we had like 2 hours away from each other, and then we were like, oh, this guy again, he's gonna fucking do all these movies.
Yeah, I feel like the very few I've chosen to do, it starts slowly and then it ends on like a nice sort of happy film
Yeah.
that I feel like brings the mood back up, but it can be quite excruciating for the first few hours when I pick films, I feel.
Yeah.
Even though I thought I'd pick
You say this all
happy
the time.
films, yeah.
Every time you've recommended a marathon, you've gone, I feel like this wasn't the move.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just, when like you put something out there and it's like you're worried and you want people to like it, and then, Meantime was maybe a mistake. That's maybe not a film you should watch when you're hungover. I enjoyed it, but I could feel the life in the room just go. And I was like, what have I done? I've doomed these two lads to...
That's just the joy of doing this podcast, to be fair.
Yeah.
You'll always pick a film that you love and no one else does.
Yeah.
at least when we weren't picking them, we could be like, "Oh, what a bunch of shit that was." But now, it's like, I guess it's just a par for the course.
Yeah, exactly. You're never gonna pick something that's everyone's cup of tea every single time. So
no. So should we talk about Meantime then?
I suppose so.
Yeah.
I suppose so. Yeah.
What's all that?
So it's an early Mike Leigh film. It was directed for television, Channel 4. I looked up, even though it's on ITV DVD.
Boo. Boo. You don't get many of those, do you? ITV DVDs.
No. But yeah, it was. He'd done a couple of other TV films before that, but he'd come from a background of theatre before that. So the way he works is very strange. It's like he doesn't necessarily have a script. He kind of picks actors. Yeah, I mean, you can tell with this one quite heavily. He like picks actors, always character actors, to play the roles. And they just find what the script is going to be through rehearsal. I think he even asked the actors to pick 3 people from their life. Not necessarily has to be like big people in their lives that have influenced it, but maybe like someone they've come across at school or college. And he basically builds the character from those 3 random people that they choose from their personal lives. And
that is very interesting. I do like that method of making movies. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, he's said in interviews it's incredibly hard for him to get funding for films because of that way.
Yeah, I think I was reading that, like, I think throughout the 80s, he really struggled to get any work at all. So he's pretty much just doing like TV plays for BBC rather than like proper feature films.
Yeah, yeah. He wanted to shoot this as a feature film on like 35mm film. But when he pitched it, they were like not quite ready for this one. So they shot it on 16mm, and it was shot for TV with a TV crew and everything.
It looks like it cost about £100 to make.
Yeah, yeah, it's incredibly low budget, but weirdly got some really big names in it. I guess actors that went on to do huge things, like Tim Roth, Alfred Molina, Gary Oldman, probably missing a couple of other people, but
like the main guy,
Phil Daniels,
Phil
famous from the Parklife video,
sure,
and EastEnders and Quadrophenia. Yeah, so it was, I mean, I like it. I'm curious to hear what you guys thought about it though, because it's maybe not the one we should have started with.
Maybe, but then I don't know, like, what do you start with? I'm still trying to figure out the vibe of like the perfect marathon. If you're going to pick movies that are so sort of disparate from each other or not following a particular arc, this was like fine. I don't know. I enjoyed parts of it more, like towards the tail end. I was enjoying myself more. But we reviewed a movie like a few episodes back, Weekend, and I think I had the same sort of problems with that movie, in that, and it's not so much like a problem that I have with it, but it's like a vibe that I don't enjoy, is when it's so similar to what I know from my own life that I would rather just not see that, because I already live my own life. I go to movies to disconnect from life. But this is because everyone, it's like, it just feels like sadly real. You go through all these like council estates, and you're living in like they don't like the way it's filmed is like there's nothing glamorous about it whatsoever. It's all very like dull tones, and it's not interesting particularly to look at, and especially with a hangover. I just think it's all quite like grey and brown, and I don't mind it. I kind of respect it, but I don't. Yeah, I guess I respect it, but I don't enjoy watching it. It's the main problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm kind of with you on a lot of that. Like, I did find myself, most of what I enjoyed was sort of in like tail end of the movie, but there's definitely things that I do like about it. And one of the things I do like about it is how like starkly realistic it is. I think it does very much capture sort of that vibe in the 80s of like working class, kind of like in a similar way to like This Is England, the very like Thatcher-led Britain, and like how basically poor people were kind of feeling during that era, which I did really like. And I think there's also a lot of stuff where like the settings, like the council estates and stuff, that do feel very real even to this day. So I think I definitely got a lot of different things out of it, even if I didn't love everything that was going on.
Yeah, I guess it's very light on plot, It's not very plot driven. It's basically a working class family in, like you say, 80s Thatcher Britain, all unemployed, all struggling for work. The parents maybe not necessarily wanting to work. The children definitely struggling for work, especially Tim Roth's character, because they use a not very politically correct term in the film to describe him, but he's not like mentally all there. And he's got an aunt who's sort of like upwardly mobile, and she offers him a job to come and help redecorate her house. That's essentially the plot, and it's basically just set over a few days and the characters that they meet on the council estate. And I think I've got a weird thing with seeing, like, I like to see working class things on the big screen, because I feel like, especially in this country, you don't see that very often. A lot of British films are about, they're either period pieces or about like upper class people. So I always enjoy seeing like a genuine sort of portrayal of working class life. But yeah, it's very bleak. There wasn't a lot sort of to latch onto to keep you sort of like in a good mood. It's just very depressing, really, seeing how they were living and how they were struggling. I think the ending, like you say, I think I struggled for the first half an hour. Yeah. Because I didn't really know where it was going. Although I've seen it before, I think it was the first scene with Gary Oldman's character, and they're on that river bank, and they were just, I didn't even know what they were talking about. And I was like, where is this going? But then after that, it literally kicked in, and I was like, okay, here we go. We're back to the good shit.
Most of it, I was like, what the hell are these people talking about?
Yeah.
I have no idea what any of them are talking about. I don't mind a movie without too much narrative focus if it's like trying to say something, but I just don't think I latched onto it at this point, because it had, again, I was just thinking, like, I'm so hungover and I'm watching like basically nothing happen in terms of a story. I'm wondering what's going to happen at the end. So it's the fact that it like did sort of pull itself together at the end, or if you could call it pulling itself together, it got me back a little bit towards the end. I did enjoy a lot of all that when he's when it does culminate in like a sort of this like simmering anger boils to the top. They have like a massive argument with their parents, and I enjoyed that scene where like they're just in the bedroom and arguing with each other. Yeah, it's like this whole time everyone's talking very softly to one another, and I'm wondering like why they're talking this way to each other, but it's like very calming and dulcet tones, and at the end it is like this sort of rise to this anger that's been there the whole time, but you never see it like flip its lid. But I enjoyed that about the movie quite a bit.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I think the point where I like started to like really kind of get invested is that scene where he goes to the aunts to like do the painting and stuff. Up until that point, I was kind of like, I was with it, but I was also like, what is going on? Yeah. I wasn't really like in love with any of the characters or anything like that. I was kind of just going along with it because I was just kind of curious to see how it kind of piqued in its interest.
What did we think of the acting then?
I think the acting is all pretty solid.
I think so. What do we think of Tim Roth? Because I have a bone to pick.
See, I like Tim Roth's performance. I'd say the only one that, obviously I didn't grow up in this era, so I don't know how skinheads acted. I thought Gary Oldman was overdoing it. Yeah. And I was like, is he like...
He was quite
just
cartoony.
Yeah. I felt like he was just doing the stereotypical like punk image, and I was like, this is crazy. I don't even know what he's doing. But everyone else I thought was really good. And Phil Daniels I thought was really good as well, which is a guy you don't see in many films, but...
No, not really. I spent a lot of it trying to figure out who he actually was. And then like I saw the DVD and saw Phil Daniels, and I was like, I recognise that name. And then he said something. I was like, oh shit, it's the Park Life guy.
I think the problem I have with Tim Roth is that I don't think they like categorise what's wrong with him within the movie. And it's just like, oh, he's just sort of like that. But I would rather have seen a portrayal of something that I could understand or latch onto, where I just have a problem with writers who think that they can portray like neurodiversity without having to specify what that neurodivision is as a way to get around solidly doing any research or trying to represent a certain neurodiverse group in an accurate way. I read an article by the comedian Pierre Novelli, who described having a bone to pick with that sort of thing in terms of like his autism diagnosis, which was, what's the article called? It's called Undiagnosed Entertainment, How Hollywood Awkwardly Dodges Autism. It's a really good article that I think everybody should read. Yeah. But he does seem to say, over here, if these characters are so obviously autistic coded, why do we even need writers to confirm it? If the coding is blatant enough, doesn't that almost count as representation? Unfortunately, as long as the characters are merely coded and not diagnosed, the writers have no responsibility to try to get autism right. I do agree with that a lot. And that's what I was just like, so like, what's up with this guy? And I don't know. It's also like a symptom of the time where you're getting like these movies. You really don't get these kinds of movies now.
No.
Like the I Am Sams, the fucking the Rain Mans and shit like that. Yeah. It's very, like, you just can't do it these days.
It's very dated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't know too much about like neurodiversity and things, but like the only thing I would say to kind of defend it is I don't know how much people knew about it in the early 80s maybe, so they probably encountered people that were neurodiverse but didn't really understand it or know what it was, so they just were very horrible to them. And but yeah, I get what you mean. It's like not the most sort of nice portrayal, I guess, of it.
No, especially when it's like just Tim Roth. The extent of it is just like Tim Roth not saying a lot, but like staring off awkwardly in the distance with his mouth open. I'm like, okay, fuck, give this guy a Golden Globe. Why not? I don't know.
A lot of heavy breathing as well.
Yeah, I do like his performance, but I do think, like you said, there's not a lot of depth to that character and his affliction, whatever that may be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I like the kind of arc he goes on where he's called Muppet throughout the whole film.
Yeah,
Kermit, Muppet again, all sorts of names. And at the end, like, you can just tell he's so fed up of just being dug out. Like, his auntie speaks to him like he's just, like, stupid, like a child. And he kind of stands up for himself at the end and is just like, he tells his mum to fuck off, doesn't he? And it's like he finally just has some agency and is like, look, I'm sick of this. And I think his brother respects him more for that, because throughout the film, his brother's quite horrible to him as well, the Phil Daniels character. But after that scene, they seem to have a bit of a rapport. And
that was when I felt like they were the only two who went through an arc.
Yeah.
And especially like when he's walking back after he refuses to help out his aunt. I think it was Mark who just like sees Gary Oldman in a bucket, just like rolling around in a bucket. And I'm like, this is a guy who's like never going to change and he's going to die being just a fucking loser.
Yeah.
And without any sort of introspection, this is just how these people are.
Yeah. Yeah. That character is, I think, like you say, like a mirror to the brothers, because he is just like bottom of the barrel. He's going nowhere. He's like a horrible racist. And like you say, he's just going to live his life that way the whole time without ever sort of reflecting on his actions and changing and growing.
Yeah.
Whereas it gives you a little bit of hope for the brothers that they'll be able to get out of this and kind of make a life for themselves and crack on.
Yeah. I did feel like this whole thing made my hangover worse. Real. Especially with that weird ass score, the musical score.
It's like soap opera music.
Yeah.
Something from Coronation Street.
Horrible. Just some weird piano bullshit they put in. Literally when anything happens, when a scene ends, when somebody says something, I don't know, that somebody takes umbrage with, that'll happen. When a scene begins, they'll do that. When somebody, I don't know, gets up to go for a walk or something, they'll do that.
The same every time as well. There's no variation on it. It's literally the same 20 seconds of music every single time. And I think if it played one more time, I was going to lose my mind. It was really too much. Me. Yeah.
Not for me. I like that guy who did the windows. I didn't know what his deal was, but I enjoyed his presence.
Yeah. He was that's an odd scene. I was thinking about it after we watched it, trying to figure out what it meant, because the guy comes in, he's very like sort of metaphorical, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's telling the family, tell us about issues in the flat as soon as they happen so that we can deal with it. But he says it like, tell us when the ant brings a grain of dirt instead of it becoming a mountain or something. And I was just like, I was trying to figure out what it was all about, but I still don't have like a definitive sort of answer for that.
I thought it was just weird. I thought he was a weirdo. I thought it was like, why would you let the window man talk to you like this?
Yeah, literally.
Like, I got a quote. He says, he just sits down. He's like, yeah, windows are good, light.
Yeah.
space. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You can do the windows or not.
Him and the aunt character seem to have a little bit of a flirty nature as well,
Mm-hmm.
which I think comes back towards the end, because you can tell at the end of the film that her and Alfred Molina's character, the uncle, don't have a good marriage.
No.
And she's kind of just hiding it behind this facade, but it kind of slips a little bit there, and she's like, well, if he's messing around on me, I'm going to mess around with this strange window man.
Sure. People like weirdos, weird freaks.
Yeah.
Why not?
I guess they seemed deep in the 80s.
Yeah.
Just like the milkman.
Yes, yeah. It's a lot of weird characters that just pop up in this film for a scene.
I'm having trouble recollecting, really.
The one character that does come back a few times is Michelle. Is that the character's name? And
that one girl who they terrorise.
Yeah, literally. I'd forgotten about that scene in the flat with Gary Oldman's character, and I was like, oh my God, is there like a horrible rape scene in this? Like, I'm not prepared for this. I'm too hungover.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
That's a nightmare, isn't it? Just like some horrible guy coming into your home and just making your life miserable.
Literally. Again, I'm not sure what that scene was in, sort of
what it meant.
Service for.
That's what I felt about the whole movie.
Yeah.
Until sort of the end, but I felt like, I don't know. I guess it was more like I don't expect anything. I feel like there was a thread with all these movies where it's like, I don't think you should expect anything from them. I think you should just watch them and see what happens. Yeah. Because a lot of it is not based on like a structure that you're supposed to follow in terms of a story. For this, it didn't quite work for me. But in the others, it did a bit more. But this, I don't know. It's just like, watch these weird people live their lives in an age where everyone in like London and the surrounding areas and in England were just like mad and angry and confused and hated Thatcher.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, I guess it's like, I don't understand what's going on because these people don't understand what's going on. They don't understand how they should be doing life. When it's all like, they're all like trying to look for jobs and there's no jobs around. They're like, it feels aimless because everybody feels aimless.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best way to sum it up, to be fair. Like, it is just an aimless film, but they're aimless characters. They've got no real direction in life. What did you guys think of it like visually? Because I thought it was way more boring than I remember.
It was pants. Looked like it had been ripped straight from an ITV DVD case.
But like the camera's just static a lot of the time. There's not a lot going on. It's just people talking for 10 minutes and the camera won't do anything. But I guess coming from a theatre background and that being one of your first films, it's probably you're used to directing actors but not necessarily the camera.
No. Yeah, exactly. I feel like he was probably still learning all that stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously with like the budget of a TV movie back in the 80s, there probably wasn't much they could have done anyway.
Yeah, he tells a funny story actually. So the crew that came on for this film, they just finished like a BBC News report about like a bear that had been found in Scotland or something. Like something crazy like that. Bear, sure. Yeah. And they were like straight from that onto the film. And he was like, how do I direct these people? Because it's like such a different world they're coming from and I'm trying to make like a feature film.
Yeah.
So I think it was maybe like a communication breakdown there as well, where he didn't really know, or they didn't necessarily know what Mike Leigh wanted from the finished product. But
so he had this bear in a cage. You just like released the bear, and they're like, just take your cues from the bear.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but again, I enjoyed it, but not the film to watch with a hangover.
Maybe not, but I don't know. I think there's something to be said about not using a lot of camera movements to display, and maybe I'm just like putting this onto it where I don't think I really felt this in the moment. I just thought it was quite boring, but there's something to be said about maybe there being no camera movement to contrast with the static nature of these people's lives and how they have no jobs, they've got nothing going on, they see no future and no way around this. There's also, because you've got all this stuff that's happening in England, you also got the stuff that's happening in Ireland at the time as well.
Yeah,
it's also fucking devastating.
Yeah.
But I just think there was a lot of anger and a lot of confusion and just like static. Just like I don't know. I'm just sort of here. And I guess this is just how it's going to be.
Yeah, you're just stuck there, and that's that.
So maybe he's a genius.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe he meant for that.
Playing 4D chess.
Yeah, I feel like the film just looks very drab and like gritty and dirty and grimy, which was probably like intentional, but at some points I did feel like it was a little bit too overbearing.
Yeah.
Bit too dour.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, definitely.
And on that dour note, should we rate this? We're going to rate it ourselves. Well, that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
That's what we do. I don't know.
Bears.
Bears. Yeah. Bears.
What order are we going in?
I don't know.
We didn't
Kai,
plan
it's your
this out.
movie. You do it. Yeah. You do your first one.
I've changed slightly, to be fair. I'd probably go 3.5 bears out of 5. Do we rate out of 5, 10?
Whatever you want, mate.
Yeah,
whatever you want.
Me and Max do 10.
I do
You can
10.
do 5.
Oh, I'll do it out of 10 then. So
Sure.
I'll try and
So
convert
is
that.
that 7?
Yeah, 7 out of 10.
Yeah. I'm going to give it 5 bears out of 10. I don't want to watch it again. I just think it's really drab. I didn't have a good time with it, but I appreciate elements of it. It's just one of those, I think, you're like, oh yeah, I see what you're doing, but I don't. Like, I'll appreciate it from afar. If this was like an art installation, I'd probably stand there for like 5 minutes, be like, oh, okay, and then I'd leave. But yeah, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I thought it was okay. Like, there was stuff I liked about it, a lot I didn't. It was quite an interesting film to watch for my first Mike Leigh film. Hadn't
Oh, of
watched
course.
any of his films before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had absolutely no clue what to expect from the other two after this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll give it like 7 bears out of 10.
Nice. Nice. Cool. What's the next one then?
It was Secrets and Lies, wasn't it? We watched next.
Yes.
So that's like one of my favourite films of all time.
Yes.
I kind of knew Chris would love it.
No.
I did say to Chris when we were at Fontaine's, I wasn't sure how you would feel about it, Max.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to hear your thoughts. But
Okay.
this one's a lot more plot driven. Still working class people, a lot of the same themes from Meantime, but this one's about a adopted daughter who basically, after her adopted mum dies, she seeks out her birth mum, who is played by Brenda Blethyn.
Yeah.
Very sort of like emotional, hysterical lady.
Yeah.
But like really, really
the character,
sweet.
not the woman.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know.
Sure.
Brenda Blethyn might be
Maybe.
solid as a rock. Do you know what I mean?
Who
But
knows?
yeah, no, a lot more plot driven on this one. Still sort of vibey though.
Still vibey.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
interested to hear what you guys thought of it.
What I wanted was for them to pull the rug out from under us and go, these two stories that we've been telling you have absolutely no connection whatsoever. And then we end the movie and it's like, oh, what was that?
Yeah.
But I just sort of kind of respect it for it. But I enjoyed it for what it was. It is another one of those where it's like, oh God, these people, I don't know. These people remind me of just people I don't enjoy hanging around with. Wouldn't want to hang out with these people. You know, like Tarantino makes movies where it's like a hangout movie.
Yeah.
You want to hang out with like Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio in Hollywood. These guys, stay away, far away from me as possible. I hate them all. You know, like weirdos and freaks. Except for so-and-so, the daughter, not the shit daughter, the good daughter.
Hortense, I think. the cat's
Hortense,
name is,
yeah, she was fine.
Yeah.
But again, you know, it was, I enjoyed probably more the narrative of this one than I did the last one. So it was like something that was hooking me. It felt very long, but it was never really boring, I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
I just liked where it was going the whole time.
Yeah, I loved this movie. I like all those like things where someone like finds like a long lost relative and stuff. Like they always get me quite emotional.
Parent Trap.
Yeah,
Sure.
that one. Heartbreaking stuff.
Yeah. Kung Fu Panda 3.
Yeah.
That's the DreamWorks formula, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Well, yeah, that one
is
actually
dope.
is
That one is fucking awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't really know what the film was about, so as soon as like they kind of revealed that is what it was about, I was like, cool, I'm definitely going to be crying by the end of this movie. And yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the scene in the cafe
Yeah.
when they first meet face to face. It's really tough to watch, and I think it's all done in one take as well. I think it's like a 8-10 minute long take of them just acting off each other. And because at first the Brenda Blethyn character doesn't believe it's her daughter because her daughter is a black woman.
Yeah.
And
I didn't believe it either.
That Brenda Blethyn's a white woman, and she's kind of like, you can't be mine. But then clearly something triggers in her head, like a traumatic experience she had. They don't touch on it, what actually happened, but it's clearly traumatic. Yeah. And she just breaks down, and that always gets me.
Yeah, that whole scene like got me very emotional. Remember, I was sat on like the sofa, like pretty much in tears the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, read that apparently like the first time those two actresses met were when they were rehearsing, like, and coming up with the dialogue for that scene.
Oh,
which
wow.
I think is quite interesting.
Yeah, that's heavy dialogue to like sort of first run through with someone. Yeah.
This is listed as a comedy drama. I just thought this was really bleak and depressing, to be honest.
I remember it being funnier than it was.
I thought it was quite funny.
Yeah.
I laughed.
There were certain points, but I was just like, for the most part, I was like, oh God. And I was like, I think where you guys felt like really emotional about what was happening, I was like cringing. I was like, so, not really in a bad way, but it's like, you know, when just like something like this happens and it's like, oh God, oh no. I wish this wouldn't happen, but it was. It was, especially in like that last part where they're all at like dinner. I'm just like, this is not gonna go well. But I liked that it was also like leading up to a barbecue, and I was like, well, the barbecue is just where that's where it's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Is there also? I'm so excited for the barbecue. I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be a terrible barbecue.
Yeah. Timothy Spall's character. Is it Morris?
Yeah.
He like does it with the best intentions. You can see there's a bit of friction between, because that's his sister, is Brenda Blethyn.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell they've got like a bit of friction. Maybe haven't seen each other in a little while. Just because she is quite hysterical and dramatic. But he's trying to fix the relationship because she's had a tough life by all accounts. And he sets up this barbecue for his niece's birthday. And Brenda Blethyn has the brilliant idea to bring along her adopted daughter, who is a quote-unquote friend.
Yeah.
And then she reveals during the birthday barbecue for the niece that, oh, this is my adopted daughter, and it all just hits the fan. And
it was never going to go down. Why did she say, oh, we work together? It's like, why couldn't you just say, well, I don't know, we're friends?
Yeah.
We met and now we're friends.
But like, speaking of like cringeworthy scenes, that one made me cringe. I was like, why have you done that here? Of all places.
I knew it was coming as well.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I love about that scene, like, especially, is how they kind of almost adopt like the title into like the themes of the film. Like, kind of that scene where everything's sort of blowing up and coming to a head. It's where like basically all like the secrets and the lies that all the characters have with each other are like being revealed and coming out. And it like then leads to like afterwards, when all of that's out in the open, everything's kind of fine. They've worked on it. And it's kind of like all of the drama and stuff in the film probably wouldn't have happened if they were just honest with each other. That was something I really loved about it.
It was about secrets and lies.
Yeah, they should have called it that.
They should have.
I think they even say it in the film, don't they?
Yeah. Timothy Spall says it.
Secrets and lies.
That's right.
We're like, oh yeah, that. I think I found Cynthia quite annoying for most of it. I don't know. I'm like, just stop crying that much.
Yeah,
and it's like it's to a point where it's like it feels fake when somebody cries that much.
Yeah, I the first time I watched it, I did feel that way, and then the second time I watched the film, I kind of got it, and like you can tell she's just had a really rough past.
Yeah,
like she sort of, you get the impression she had to raise Morris. As well as like living her life, having traumatic stuff happen, and she's just got to this point now where she's so like alone and isolated. She's got a teenage daughter. Well, is it teenage and then into 20, or is it 21? Very young daughter anyway.
No, it's 2021.
Who's very like difficult at that age anyways, and she's kind of just a woman out at sea. She's an island. She's got no one around her, and she's just very, very frantic. But yeah, I don't know, she just breaks my heart in that film. It's just like, I don't know, you can just see like the past imprinted on her. It's just horrible.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you on that.
Yeah, this is like the most sad, frazzled woman I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
There's something to it that's like, very melodramatic and I likened it to like a Pedro Almodovar movie, like mixed with like a Ken Loach movie, which I do like about it. I like the blending of it because you don't often get something that's like, because it does have the comedy and the lighter elements to it, although I didn't find loads of it funny. It does lend itself to it, and I enjoyed the sort of juxtaposition of that and how, I don't know, when I was likening it to like Pedro Almodovar, I was like, his movies like very bright and like saturated, but with like Ken Loach is like very dour, and I found that with a lot of Mike Leigh's movies, where I think he takes from that world a lot, and it all feels very grounded and very like it could be happening in real life. I enjoy that quite a bit.
Yeah, I felt like the whole thing kind of felt like very authentic, like beyond like how it looks, but also like the dialogue and the acting and stuff. I feel like the story of the movie and like even all the plot threads that very easily could have been something like tackled in like a soap opera or something, but I think he tackles it in such like an authentic and devastating and emotional way that it like works really well. Never comes off as overly melodramatic or over the top or anything like that, I don't think.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it's like you've got to walk a tightrope where you don't want to go over into melodrama and it become like a soap opera. You want to keep it serious because it's a serious subject matter. It's not an easy thing to go and seek out your birth mum and sort of have a relationship there. So yeah, I think he like walks the line perfectly. And I think sprinkling in some elements of like comedy helps with that as well, because life is like that. You can be going through some horrible shit, but also you can laugh at the same time. So I think it's like perfectly balanced.
I think for me it does tip a little bit into the melodrama. I'm just like sort of, it feels like I'm watching Coronation Street sometimes.
Yeah. There's a guy, the daughter's boyfriend was on a soap opera. I think might have even been Coronation Street. So yeah, they've clearly pulled from like some soap sort of things there. Yeah,
and Vera being there.
yeah.
Rest in peace, Vera. Show ended this year.
That is mad.
We looked that up. It was going for like 12, 15 years.
It's a crazy run.
Just ended. Crazy. I'll never watch it. It's not for me. No. I just remember my nan sometimes watches it and falls asleep in front of the TV.
No.
It's like, oh, Vera. There she is.
Do you guys hear about how a bunch of members of the Heaven's Gate cult saw this movie just before they did their ritualistic suicide?
No.
What the fuck? Why?
I don't know.
Well, they just watched
movie night.
Yeah, they watched it just before the mass suicide.
That was the last one they watched.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just to remind themselves that everything is secrets and lies.
IMDb trivia.
That's class. I know it's a big international hit for Mike Leigh. It was big in America. It won the Palme d'Or at Cannes. So it's like his most successful film. So maybe they were cinephiles and they wanted to check out the Palme d'Or winner before ascending.
Well, more power to them.
Yeah,
it reminded me a lot of that Vinterberg movie, The Celebration.
Oh yeah,
it's something that culminates in like a really horrible family secret being revealed. Horrible or not, I don't know, like whatever you want to, but it feels horrible when you're in it. So I was thinking about that movie and I was like, God, what that movie does in like, I guess like the first 10 minutes and then the rest is the result of the reveal. What this is like it culminates in the reveal right at the end.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that quite a bit about it. And has like the barbecue as like the big thing on the top going, shit's gonna go down at barbecue.
Yeah, that was, I don't know why, I love that barbecue scene, like before everything kicks off.
Yeah,
because it just reminds me of like family stuff I've done in my past.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
It's such an authentic feel to it. And I love in Mike Leigh films, apart from Meantime, weirdly, it's always like perpetual summer. It's just always sunny outside.
Right.
But not like excruciatingly hot sun, like that nice sort of,
it's just like bright.
19, 20 degrees summer. Do you know what I mean? And
I miss the 19-degree summer.
Yeah, literally. Now we're global warming at the arse, and it's like 45 degrees all the time. But yeah, no, there's another scene in it that I really like, but I wanted to get your guys' opinion on it because it doesn't seem connected to anything else that happens. And it's when the old owner of
Yep.
Morris's photography shop comes in
Yeah.
and kind of like has a pop at him, but really wants a job.
Yeah, I put that down on my notes.
Same.
I love that scene.
Yeah, I love
But
that.
it has
scene.
brilliant.
nothing to do with anything else.
No, I
and I was
loved
just
it.
like, this is sick.
Yeah. Wait a minute, is that guy who used to own the place? Was he just standing
Yeah.
like 100 meters away?
Yeah.
I think something I like kind of thought towards the end of the movie is it like does feel like quite a lot of scenes, especially early on, are kind of disconnected and almost don't feel like they're in service of whatever story that they're telling. But I think once you get to the end of the movie, it's kind of reveals that it's kind of just like set up like characters and like developed characters in a way that I don't think you necessarily realized at the
Yeah.
time, which I thought
Mhm.
was quite well done.
Yeah. I think that the scene in the Photoshop, I guess you could say like all the people that he takes photos of, they're not really connected to the grander plot of the movie, but it's there to add more character to the movie itself. And then that's where some of the comedy comes from as well.
Yeah.
It adds some levity, but it also adds character to Maurice, and I think you understand like where he's coming from, where his character comes from when he's doing all the stuff that he's doing at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just that Morris character. He's just a very like nice guy. Wants everyone to be happy. Wants
Mhm.
everyone to get along. Yeah, I love that character. He's just really friendly guy.
Underrated guy, Spall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably my favourite performance I've seen of him.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
You didn't like him as the rat in Harry Potter and the
Yeah,
Chamber of
obviously.
Secrets.
Obviously, he was awesome in that.
Yeah.
I saw he was in a few other Mike Leigh films, so
Yeah,
I'll have
he's-
to check some of
Oh,
those out.
damn.
He's in All or Nothing, which is a really good Mike Leigh film, but I didn't pick it for this one because it's quite similar to Meantime.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a modern or more modern day setting. And James Corden's in it, and he wants to deal with that when you're hungover.
Fuck.
Yeah.
No, never mind. Never mind. Never. I'm never going to watch that. Sorry, Mike. I thought that the boyfriend character of Roxanne's, though he was built up to be kind of someone who maybe you wouldn't like before because like she's so unlikable
Yeah.
in the beginning, but he turned out to be like a real one. He was like just fucking on it.
Yeah.
He had no reason to stay at that barbecue,
No.
but he did it anyway, and he like just
Yeah.
he was looking out for her.
Helped convince her to go back as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a lad, what a legend. He was the real MVP of the movie, I thought.
Mm.
His reaction shots in the background when it's all kicking off as well. He's just so visibly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just wants to leave.
Yeah. But it's like everybody else has to be there. There's nothing that can take them out because
No.
it's all about their family. But he can,
He
he could
just
go at
leave.
any moment, but he chooses
Yeah.
not to.
Yeah,
What
I
a
remember
guy.
I was watching that scene. I was like, I feel like I've been in a situation like that guy where I've been like round a partner's family's house and everything's kicked off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you
Yeah.
go to your friends when you're younger for like a sleepover or something and his parents start shouting at him and you're
Yeah.
just kind of stood
Yeah.
there uncomfortably and like, oh God, I just want to go.
The dad comes in, starts fiddling under the covers, and they're like, "Don't worry, like this happens all the time. Like, he'll leave. He won't touch it." Don't worry."
Not a sleepover experience I ever had, but
Oh, okay. no, me neither. Me neither. Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
I think visually a lot more interesting as well than Meantime. You can clearly see Mike Leigh's evolved as a director at this
Mhm.
point, and the performances I think are top notch.
Yeah,
The score is a lot better.
Yeah.
The cinematography is
it's
great.
hard to get worse than the score for Meantime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you could fart into a microphone for 10 minutes and it'd be better than that, I think.
No, you did have that, like, it's not the score, but you did have that, like, really awful title credit sequence at the beginning.
That annoyed.
Oh.
Actually, that annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Where you're just like sort of, what is it? It like hard cuts in on the left hand side. It moves a bit to the right hand side, but not like parallel with where it was on the
Yeah.
left hand, and then it just fades.
Yeah, it
And they
doesn't
do
go
that with
off
all them.
screen.
Oh, that
Yeah.
annoyed the shit out of me. It was so
Yeah.
annoying.
Love Mike Leigh, but his title sequences leave a lot to be desired. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh dear.
Cool. Do we have anything else to add? Or
Not really. I found when they were at the barbecue, there was like some sound mixing that like dipped in and out, or it wasn't. It sort of took me out of it a bit. But other than that,
Yeah, there
no.
was some bad. Is it AD? When they're,
yeah,
like,
ADR.
yeah,
or-
ADR.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that scene,
Yeah.
in the wide shot,
yeah,
and it was like the Morris character was speaking, but you can clearly see his mouth's not moving.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
yeah, There was a few sort of issues like that, but
Every so often, yeah. Not too bad.
It's not enough to kill my enjoyment.
No, I think it just does a really good job at like shooting all very memorable imagery where I didn't feel that with Meantime. I'm just constantly thinking about like her hallway where she just picks up the phone all the time.
Yeah.
It's so, I don't know why it's so vivid, but yeah, just this one hallway, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Cool. What are we going to rate this one out of?
I'm going full. Oh, I don't know.
No?
I'll cut you guys off.
Paul. Let's go Paul. He was
Paul.
my guy.
There you go.
Just gonna rate it out of Paul.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going 10 pulls out of 10.
10 Paul out of 10. Nice. No, well, yeah, I suppose so. I'll do 7 Paul out of 10 for now with an asterisk.
Yeah.
So I think it would be good on a second go round to sort of pick up on things that I didn't notice or didn't enjoy, but I think it's a good experience first time.
Yeah.
This film cured my hangover.
Yeah, fuck me.
When
Jesus.
we were watching it, I was like, okay, I'm back in. I don't feel like absolute garbage now.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Yeah, I actually bought the Criterion literally as soon as the diner scene finished.
Oh my god.
We took like a short break and I was like, yeah, I'm getting it straight away.
Nice.
Yeah, love it. 10 pulls out of 10.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Mike. Okay. What's the next one? What's the last one?
The last one was Happy Go Lucky.
Yeah, baby.
So this was it 2008?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's the most modern one we watched. Stars Sally Hawkins as
baby.
Poppy. Again, pretty light on plot for this one.
Yeah.
I think it worked better than Meantime with the
Yeah.
less plot elements.
It was nicer.
Type of vibe. Yeah, much nicer. And yeah, it was just about a primary school teacher who is taking driving lessons, trying to learn how to drive. And you just see her go about her life really and how she interacts with people.
We can all relate.
Yeah.
It's
the
kind of like a warm hug of a movie until that one scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even that.
Yeah.
Even that it wasn't a warm hug. It was sexy though. But like we got into this, cracked open the DVD. A lot of those DVDs hadn't been opened yet.
Yeah, no, I bought them specifically for this.
Oh, what a legend.
Yeah. I'd only seen the 2 films. I think I rented them both on Amazon when I watched them originally. So yeah, I bought the DVD specifically for this.
Yeah, pop that in. We're like, what's wrong? Because the sound sucks.
Oh, the sound was awful on that DVD. Yeah, it wasn't good.
They've got to do a Blu-ray of this, surely.
Yeah, they Mike Leigh has barely any films on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
it's
got,
the
like,
only
Naked
ones he
and that's
does
it.
Criterion. That's it, which is a shame.
I think he's got quite a few on Criterion in America, but not here.
Yeah, Meantime's a Criterion in the US I saw, but
I think it's just Secret and Lies over here, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. Can you get Naked on Criterion over here?
I think it has like a BFI release.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Right.
You got to get that. But then it is also like one of those where it's like it looks a certain way, and it looks fine on the DVD.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like supposed to look a bit grimy.
Yeah, definitely.
This one's not supposed to look grimy though. This one's very like pretty and nice the whole time. I enjoyed this a lot. This is my favourite one. I enjoy Sally Hawkins in everything that she does, and I just thought she gave a really good performance as somebody who's like I think we're all, well, I speak for myself, but I feel like I speak for all of us. We're in that stage of life where it's like, okay, I know I'm like working a job. I feel like I should be working towards something, but I'm not sure what or like what I specifically want. So I'm just going to do like a bunch of stuff and see what works out. And you do get people saying like, so what are you going to like do with your life and all that? And you're just like, well, I'm doing this right now. So I don't know how to answer you in a way that you're going to be satisfied with, but I'm satisfied with how it is at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I think she's like a borderline saint in this film.
Yeah.
She's the happiest person. She sees the best in everyone, even if they're like deplorable people, like the Eddie Marsan character, who teaches her how to drive.
And it's like homophobic and racist,
sort of fascist. Yeah,
You'd just stop, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but that's the thing. She sees his life experience. She can tell he was picked on at school. She can tell that he's just a lonely guy and he's probably on internet forums reading about all this mental bollocks that he chats in the car. Just to come back to it, I said Emrah at the start of this episode because that's the holy triangle that he teaches. It's the 2 wing mirrors and your rear view mirror, and the all-seeing eye is the rear view mirror, which is Emrah because he's a Satanist, I guess.
Sure. Well, it sounds mental, but you know, when you do driving lessons, people say mental shit.
Yeah. Definitely. They definitely do.
I like my instructor, who I currently am sort of semi-friends with, but you know, they do say mental shit.
Yeah, my instructor, he's a lovely guy. He was a lovely guy. He's not died or anything. No, I don't know why I said that. It's just he doesn't teach me to drive anymore.
And that was the last lesson I had.
No, he was a lovely guy, but yeah, he does say some awkward stuff, and like when you're in the car with him for 2 hours, it's a bit like yeesh.
I wish he'd stop talking to me a little bit.
But no, we got along.
Yeah,
he was actually a lovely guy.
Yeah,
I'm just being a prick there. He was a really nice guy.
Yeah, he takes it out of you as well. That's like when you're going for like 2 hours, it takes it out of you. Yeah. You don't want some absolute nutter screaming.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean, if I had the Eddie Marsan character teach me how to drive, I would have a mental breakdown in the car. He's a scary guy.
Yeah.
He's not scary. He's like a little weasel of a man.
No. Yeah.
And he's a creep, but you just don't need that when you drive.
You don't need it. No. I have the knowledge and the savvy now to be like, well, I'll just stop here. Yeah. And we won't carry on. Goodbye forever. Yeah. Well, there are thousands of driving instructors out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I saw like my driving instructor standing outside my house on a random day, I would probably instantly go with someone else.
Yeah, maybe.
That scene really made me laugh. Because it's a horrible thing is that he's literally stalking Poppy.
Yeah.
But it's the way she goes, Scott, and he just sprints like a maniac away.
Yeah.
And then says he was in like, what did he say he was? In Basildon on the weekend or something.
You can ask my mother. What?
What a way to get out of something. Ask my mum.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What a mad guy. I don't know. I think it was like saying a lot about trying to have like a positive attitude in the face of adversity or when the world tries to grind you down.
Yeah.
I think it's an important thing to be a bit like Poppy is.
Yeah.
And especially like these days, it's only grown more relevant, I think, nearly 20 years on. But it's like so many people and so many things, and like there are more avenues and channels than ever that are trying to get you to be sad and angry, because that's what gets engagement, especially online. So we just need to be like kinder to each other, and we need to be like, we need to be a bit more happy and a bit more happy-go-lucky. You just need to have that within you so that you don't create this sort of hole in yourself that you can't fill.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's really like, it's interesting to watch it in the context of today's world, because Scott is like the classic sort of like incel, like toxic male. Women don't like me because they're all whores or whatever.
The kind of person the internet is now filled with. More so than it was back then.
Yeah. And it's like, no, you're just a weirdo. You need to work on yourself and stop sort of filling your mind with all this negative shit. Just because like maybe things have been a bit bad for you, maybe you got picked on at school, that doesn't mean the world is out to get you.
Yeah.
And I think the contrast, I really loved those scenes in the car.
Yeah.
I know you had issues with how they were filmed.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I did, to be fair.
Yeah.
Especially because like some of the shots, it looked like they were using like small, cheap cameras to like put inside cars.
Yeah.
And then there was other bits where it was like obvious that they were just behind a green screen.
Yeah. Most of the time when they're driving, it's a green screen. Like the angles I didn't like at all. Yeah. Just like they cut top to heads off, the tops of heads. Just didn't really enjoy how it was filmed. I like the dialogue and I like the acting, but I didn't. I thought the filming was a bit naff.
Yeah, I think the contrast of the two characters, like you say, and the writing and the dialogue, it kind of gets me through the sort of weird way it's shot. But yeah, I mean, those scenes in the car, they're like my favourite scenes in the film. I just love the juxtaposition of the two of them. Two really great actors, just like stealing the show.
Incredible.
Lots of funny dialogue, as like negative as it is. There's a lot of funny moments in the car. I think when he finds out she's a teacher, he's like, what? Are you? Yeah. And he just can't quite wrap his head around it.
He can't wrap his head around like anything, any part of her life, but he's still sort of fawning after her.
Yeah,
like when she says that she like lives with her like room, like her flatmate who she loves, and he like
You love her.
yeah.
What
Just
does
gets
that mean?
instantly disgusted by the fact she loves another woman.
he can't even ask the question if she's like gay or not. He's like,
No.
so does that mean you're? And like he can't get the words out. He doesn't know what to say. He's so like dumbfounded by it.
Yeah, it's so true of just that type of person to be like, I hate you, but I want you.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like there's a lot of maybe there are like, he's definitely one of them, but a couple of people who are like, they act as if she's very ditzy and she's not all there, she's not all together, and she doesn't have her life together. You get that a lot with like the scenes with her family as well. It's like, no, it takes a lot more effort to be kind and to have a more positive outlook on the world than to give in to all the horror and be just very pessimistic. It takes more effort and it's more commendable.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed her in the role. I thought she played it wonderfully.
yeah. Sally Hawkins is brilliant in everything.
Mm-hmm.
But this is probably my favourite role of hers. I think it's such a great character.
Mm-hmm.
She plays it really well. And again, it's one of those, like Mike Leigh's like walking the tightrope of like, it could go over into just complete silliness.
Yeah.
But they
Or
managed
cynicism.
to keep it.
I don't know if you guys felt it. There was like a weird sort of freaky undercurrent to it, or it's just like, I feel like at any point it could collapse and she could just break.
Well, she's and she puts herself into dangerous situations. So like being in the car with Scott, the driving instructor, is a dangerous situation after the first couple of lessons because he says some things, comments on her boots, says like, gets angry at her for wearing boots, and he's like, they're sexy and seductive.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay, at that point you should probably go, right, you're going to do something weird. I'm trapped in this car with you. You've got all the power here. I should remove myself. She goes and sees a homeless man who's like talking to himself.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, that was a weird scene.
Yeah. But it's just like, this is what I mean. She's like a saint. She just wants to help everyone.
Yeah.
No matter, she doesn't think about the risks to her. She just wants to help.
Yeah.
But I'm watching that scene and I'm like, I'm cringing because I'm like, he's like 10 times bigger than you.
Mm-hmm.
He could literally like,
and he's
kill
insane.
you. Yeah. And unfortunately, he's like a homeless man who's clearly lost his mind, been on the streets too long. So just don't go there, remove yourself. But she just wants to help.
One of my favourite scenes of the film is that scene where she finds out there might be something wrong with one of her students, so gets like the social worker in. I thought that like whole sequence was just like quite moving.
Yeah. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
It speaks to her character a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when she bangs the social worker. That was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's why you get these people in. Maybe they're hot.
That was something else I did quite like about it, actually. The fact that like there was this like romance like subplot in the film, but it was like almost like completely put to the sideline, the film. Almost like it's like she's got all this other stuff going on in her life that's like a nice thing that's going on, but that's not like the full focus of her life. And I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah, for sure.
It could have easily become a rom-com, but it doesn't. It's just another part of her life at that moment in time. Yeah. No, I get what you mean. It's like, it's nice it didn't just go fully romance film. It was like, it's just a part of her life.
Yeah, definitely.
I found it to be very a very feminist movie.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like, God, none of this would have happened. Most of none of this would have happened to her if she was a man. So hard out there for women. Yeah. And it's just like being assaulted. She was assaulted by the Eddie Marston's character. Yeah. It was horrible.
I mean, that last scene, he does get violent with her and like pulls her hair because she won't give him the car keys because he's driving like a lunatic because he's angry. And again, it's like just a horrible thing she's gone through, but she doesn't seem to see it that way. And she kind of sympathizes with Scott at the end. Yeah. And it's like, he's literally just physically assaulted you and you're now trying to baby him and make him feel better about what he did to you. And difficult. But she never gets down about it. She never lets it overwhelm her, like you say. She just cracks on, and the next scene, she's in a rowing boat on a lake, and she's all happy again.
Yeah, I felt like I could have done with like an extra 10 minutes of the movie just to like wrap up, but coming off of that scene, which was so harsh, I didn't feel like I got enough time to like calm down after that. and see it all wrap up. It was just like, oh, now they're on a boat, and it like zooms out, like an ascending shot of like a zoom out. So, okay, and she's just fine.
Yeah,
she's great.
Yeah, I've definitely got an issue with the ending. I think it's quite abrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then I don't really know where else they could have gone with it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I don't really have an issue with it because I don't really know what else could have been done.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not that kind of movie with arcs necessarily. It's kind of just like a bunch of things that happen to this woman, and like they don't really wrap anything up. So I feel like it could have just ended anywhere.
Yeah, well, I think I more think it was just like when the credits roll, it's done, and that's the experience done. But if I had more after that assault scene, then it would have put me in a better mindset at the end of the movie, where it felt like, it was very abrupt, and in a way that's like, if you were going for that sort of vibe, that's fine, but they very much weren't with that last scene. It was like, she's fine, everything's fine.
Yeah, you can tell she'll just carry on trucking along, happy-go-lucky.
So there were like so many references that we picked out to Paddington as well.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was really weird.
Because you made a comment as soon as it started, didn't you?
Yeah.
You were like, I hope Paddington makes an appearance.
Yeah.
And then there was like two references to Marmalade.
Yeah.
There was like
Paddington Station.
Paddington Station.
Yeah.
No, it was like Paddington the Place that it said about Paddington the Place.
There's another one as well, wasn't there? I can't remember what it was though. And we were like, oh shit, Paddington exists in this Mike Leigh universe.
Paddington, she grows up and she has Paddington.
Yeah, she sure did.
I've never seen any
until
of the Paddington
she got recast.
Yeah, oh god,
she got replaced by someone else.
Yeah, you've never seen the Paddington films?
No.
What?
I know. I've heard they're really good.
Yeah, two of them really are.
Yeah.
You need to watch the first two.
Is Paddington 2 better than the first one?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Okay.
Yeah. I like them both. I think they're really great.
Yeah, they are.
But
I like all of them, to be honest.
Paddington speaks, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He never
Ben
spoke.
Whishaw.
He never spoke in the books, no?
Sure he did.
Yeah, I think he did.
He was,
it was all like, oh, I'm Paddington, I've got a marmalade or whatever.
Oh, I assumed he was like Mr. Bean for some reason.
No.
He just didn't speak.
Gives people the stare.
Yeah, he gives people the
intimidating
stare, bites people's hands.
Does he?
Yeah.
Sure,
why not?
Little evil bear.
Takes marmalade out of his hat.
Breaks out of prison.
What a crazy guy. He breaks out of prison, he does, yeah. They should have had a shot at the end of this movie where like they're zooming out of the lake, and then like Paddington just like fucking runs along the bank in like his prison uniform. He's like, oh god, get out of it.
The one thing it was missing.
Yeah, just a cameo.
Yeah,
I would have liked a cameo if he was like in the credits, just like walking through the credits, going, oh, fuck, what the fuck? Well, like 10 years before Paddington came out.
Yeah,
that would have been dope. Anyway, this movie was dope. They did like a Star Wars slide transition.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was crazy.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, I feel like that was just a mid-2000s film editing thing. They were all like, fucking slide transitions, man. This is the coolest shit.
Yeah.
Have you seen this on Final Cut Pro 7 or
you
whatever
could do
was
it
out
on
at the time?
Windows Movie Maker back in the day. I used to love that shit.
Oh, those were the days.
Yeah.
Remember all those little transitions? Oh, man. Take me back. Take me back.
Do you remember the Star one?
Yeah.
Use
that all the time.
That was my favourite.
They used that at like funerals back in the day.
I've actually seen that at a funeral.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst things I've... So, a mutual friend of ours, his granddad died. I was at the funeral, and they put a slideshow up of all of these like really nice pictures of like him and his nan together and all the family together. All of a sudden, there was a star transition to two of the ugliest humans I've ever seen in my life.
And one of them was the deceased.
No. That had nothing to do with the family.
What?
Nothing to do. It was like they got the slideshow mixed up. They just put that picture in the wrong slideshow. Because I said to our friend afterwards, I was like, "Who were the two like really ugly people in that?" And they went,
"I was
fuck knows." I think they got mixed up and just put two randoms in.
That was Warsaw and Glup Shitter, wasn't it? Yeah.
But I was just pissing myself at this funeral, and I was like, right, well, that's killed the mood.
I think you should be allowed to laugh at funerals.
Yeah.
It's very
definitely.
fun.
Yeah.
No, not very fun, but I think, yeah. I mean, you should be sad all the time.
Yeah.
Boo.
Exactly. Poppy wouldn't be sad.
No, exactly.
No,
You should be
exactly.
dancing on the coffin. Shit.
With flamenco on it.
It like opens up this movie and she like goes into a bookstore and there's a guy there who's just like completely fucking ignores her. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
She fumbled a fucking baddie.
Yeah.
You're insane.
Yeah.
Thank God the guy doesn't do that. The whatever guy. Counselor? No.
Yeah, the social worker.
Social worker, yeah. Oh, thank God. Thank God. I really like the design of like the set designs as well. And I think it all feels very lived in. I would take a bit of umbrage with movies that will show you the interior of someone's house and it's just like the walls are bare and it's all white or whatever and it's like there's no like set decoration. It doesn't feel lived in. But with this, I felt like just everywhere they went, it was like it just felt real. That's what I love about his movies too, is that everything feels very lived in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very good at like creating a setting that feels real and everyone within it. I think it helps with the performances as well, because if you feel like you're in a real life situation, you're going to react like you're in a real life situation.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think some of the performances he gets like across all three of these films are just unbelievable. It's like some of the most natural acting I've ever seen.
Yeah. Who else was in it? Let's see. I really want this movie now. I'll get it at some point.
Yeah, I got the DVD of this as well.
Alexis Sagerman was good. Her roommate. Flatmate. She was great. Andrea Riseborough was in it I didn't even realise she was in it.
It wasn't until because we saw her in the credits and I was like, who does she play? Then after the film finished, I was like, I don't think I even saw her, but Chris said it was, who was it? You
One
spotted
of the
her.
Friends or something, I think.
Right,
I can't
okay,
remember.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really remember her being in it, but
She must be in it for like 2 scenes, maybe, yeah.
Oh well. Yeah, great. I loved it. I did think like being that way would be pretty exhausting though. I can't be at 100% all the time. She's always so happy and up for everything.
Yeah. Some people are just like that though, aren't they? It's just like, that is just them.
Yeah.
I'm the complete opposite. I really have to try hard to be like positive about things. I'm quite a pessimist, unfortunately.
Even about things you enjoy. You're just like, it was good. And then like you go on, and then I see like a review of whatever we just did, and you're like, yeah, it was 10 out of 10, mate.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it again.
Yeah, I think maybe we could all be a bit more like Poppy. Maybe that's what we take away from this.
It's a good one to end out on, I think. That sentiment. What shall we rate it out of? Paddington Marmalades?
sure, why not? We already did bears. So
it's a theme.
Again, yeah.
He's got a lot of bear-type themes.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess. I'd probably go 8 Paddington Marmalades out of 10.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it so much. It was my favourite one. I thought if they'd have stuck the landing, maybe I would have given it higher. But for now, I'll just go 8 Paddington Marmalades out of 10. Yeah.
Right there with both of you. 8 Paddington Marmalades out of 10.
So fucking Paddington
Was a
sweet
great one.
boys. So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, brilliant. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm fully in on this guy. Gonna have to watch more of his films.
We're fully in.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch them all.
I've not seen Naked yet, so I think that'll be my next one.
We're all gonna strip and watch Naked. We're all gonna be
Hell
there
yeah.
just going, woo.
The ultimate naked experience is watching it naked.
Come on, David Thewlis. I don't even know if he gets naked in that movie. I think it's a metaphor. Anyway.
No, I'm not in then.
Okay.
Not interested.
You watch one of the other ones where he's naked.
You do see his knob, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back in.
There we go. Anomalisa. He's naked in that.
Yeah, that is true.
Cool. We did it. That's an episode.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
So I guess for whenever we do the next one, I've got one to recommend. And I thought, what better to recommend than something that's the polar opposite of well-intentioned, good time having, and remind us of what this podcast is really about.
Okay, cool.
So what I'm going to pick for episode 146 is 3 of these Sony Marvel Villains movies, and that is
I'm fucking in.
Morbius, Madam Web, and Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, nice.
So you just got the 4K?
Yeah, I just got Madam Web on 4K.
Why? Can I ask?
haven't seen any of these movies.
No.
So
Yeah,
I've
excited.
only seen Madam Web, and it's one of the funniest films I've ever seen.
Brilliant. Cool. Yeah, catch it whenever that's out. Thanks, boys. It's what a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love watching movies with you guys.
Yeah, it's genuinely been a
too.
lot of fun, to be fair. I've had a good time. I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Yeah.
For sure. Here's to more. Cheers to the Sunday
Cheers.
Movie Marathon
Yeah.
and beyond.
Forever and always.
Forever and always. Woo!